brothers and sisters, today Sikhs from all over United States of America have gathered in front of the White House, which represents the values of religious freedom, liberty, and justice. The reason for our protest is that today a murderer who calls himself as the largest democracy on this planet, which is India, he is meeting with our President Biden. We are thankful to American system, that we who were persecuted in India, where over 100,000 our brothers and sisters were killed between 1984 and 1995, this great United States of America gave us asylum and gave us the right under the First Amendment to express our opinions freely. Let me look towards India. Most of the Americans, when they think of America, in their mind comes land of the Gandhi. They think of India as a land of mysticism, as a land of yoga. But if you little bit probe it, there is United States Commission on International Religious Freedom, briefly called USCIRF. This USCIRF came into existence in 1996 under a US law, which is a bipartisan representing Democrats, Republicans, and common commissioners. Look at the man who is meeting with our President Biden. He was barred for 12 years from visiting United States of America from 2002 till 2014. The reason was that when this man was Chief Minister of one Indian state of Gujarat, you must have seen the protesters opposite us, those who were supporting Modi. They all are just residents of state of Gujarat, which Modi represents. And Modi killed thousands of innocent Muslims in a worst kind of genocide in Gujarat. And that is how he was promoted as the Hindu Hriday Samrat, meaning the royal king of the Hindu hearts. And for 12 years, this man was not allowed to enter United States, was not allowed to enter Canada, was not allowed to enter United Kingdom. But in 2014, when he became Prime Minister of India, and his qualification, and my brothers and sisters, let me remind you, we often talk about Nazi Germany. We often talk about the atrocities of Hitler. But one thing I want to remind, that Nazi Germany or Germany under Hitler, Hitler didn't confiscate power through army coup. He was elected democratically, and the name of the country was Socialist Republic of Germany. But what under the name of democracy this Nazi party did not only to Germans, to whole of Europe. And we as Sikhs, many Americans may not be knowing that in the First World War also, Americans, where the Sikhs came to United States of America in the last part of 19th century, we are here for more than 125 years. Sikh warriors, Sikh soldiers died during the First World War, defending the shores, defending the national interests of America. And in the Second World War, between 1939 and 1945, over 100,000 Sikh soldiers died. As Sikhs, even in Punjab, then knew what does Nazi Germany mean. They knew what does Mussolini mean, and they were for a world order where there was no place for Nazism, there was no place for fascism. And after the end of World War, when the truth was known that how Jews were killed, persecuted, over 6 million of them, how Gypsies were killed and persecuted, how Roman Catholics were killed, how civil libertarians were killed, then a slogan came all over, never again, never again. Everybody asked why we were sleeping when that was happening in 1930s. But brothers and sisters, today the same is happening in India. Many of you may close your eyes saying, oh, India, land of Gandhi, over 1,350,000,000 people. But look at India, which has locked the offices of Amnesty International. They are not letting them operate from there. They have closed many NGOs. Today in India, journalists, writers, peaceful protesters, all are being charged under one act, UPA, Unfair Activities and Terrorist Act. So many are behind bars just for the reason that they are showing dissent with the Modi's policies. And one thing, let me remind you, the Nazi Germany slogan was one leader, one race, one people. Similarly, today's India, which may be democracy in its name, its slogan is Hindu, Hindi, Hindustan. That in India, only Hindus can live, no place for Christians, no place for so-called untouchables, no place for Muslims, no place for Sikhs, no place for the native people. And slowly, by using all means, that may be physical genocide, that may be statistical genocide, that may be historical genocide, and finally, you must have seen a lot of placards with the dead farmers' images on those placards. And the reason is that more than a year ago, they came up with 3 farm laws, which meant that even the poor farmers in Punjab, 80% of them have less than 5 acres of land. These rich people, the likes of here, the very big, rich corporate America, those Ambanis, Adanis, Patanjalis, they will be owning our lands, and over 100,000 farmers in the last 1 year, they are sitting on the outskirts of Delhi, protesting peacefully that take back these farm laws. But the tyranny is going on, the brutality is there under the First Amendment rights here. Even India is interfering in our rights here. They are providing wrong information to American agencies. We are proud citizens of great United States of America. And we are proud that in this land, they were pilgrims, those who were religiously persecuted, who came here, found the place, and we always are proud of our founding fathers, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Gary Adams, Benjamin Franklin. They laid down the very foundations of a country today, which is the dreamland for the most of the people on this planet. But we want to give this message to our President Biden, that this Nazi Modi, whose hands are soaked in blood of thousands of innocent Sikhs, innocent Kashmiris, innocent Muslims, innocent Christians, innocent Dalits, recognize him. He is the incarnation of Hitler. Don't think India is a democracy and we need a strategic partner against China. Don't make that mistake which Chamberlain made in the 1930s when he signed a pact with the Hitler. What happened in the Europe, then we can realize India under Modi is just like Nazi Germany under Nazi party. And my brothers and sisters, we believe in peace, we believe in dialogue, we believe in sorting out all problems through talks and negotiations. But this Modi government, this Hindutva government, whose ideology is very dangerous, go to the Google, find out what does Hindutva mean, and you will see the reflection of Nazism. Whatever was the Nazi ideology, the super race, India is a worst form of apartheid with the caste system. India's caste system, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras, more than 50% of people has been turned as untouchable. Today, very small coterie of people, which are called Brahmins, which are called Pandits, they are the ones who are ruling. Modi is protecting their rights. Minorities are suffering, poor are suffering, farmers are suffering. And what we went through in the last 40 years, Sikhs came to the final conclusion. United Nations Charter of Human Rights very clearly says, and I'll quote the preamble of UN Charter of Human Rights, which says, when a man is not to be compelled as a last resort to rebellion, his rights must be protected by the rule of the law. Great Martin Luther King on this land, when he said, injustice anywhere is the threat to justice everywhere. We as proud Americans, we should side with the grieved people. We should side with the oppressed people. India, in the name of democracy, is fooling the world. This Nazi-like RSS party, RSS government in India is the worst persecutor. That is why Sikhs came with the Khalistan slogan, not only slogan, right of self-determination. Sikhs for Justice, an organization which has come up with the referendum 2020 slogan, not only slogan, but our right to decide that whether we want to stay with India or not. But this very peaceful movement has been turned into a terrorist movement. The activists, their lands are confiscated in India. They are charged under sedition laws. And we want to give this message that great United States of America's President Biden, if you don't realize that you are encouraging this killer, then tomorrow when we regret that why we didn't stop Hitler in the initial stages, the same answer you'll have to give to the history that while on one hand persecuted people were standing outside White House, they were requesting that let this man be out of this place. He don't deserve here as he's a killer of hundreds of thousands of innocent people. Let we all raise 5 slogans in support of Khalistan, free land for our Khalsa brothers and sisters in the land between Wagah and Jamuna. Khalistan! 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 Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Waheguru Ji.